Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're getting started. I'm so excited. We're just going to let everyone come in, and it's a Saturday morning. How are y'all doing? I want to tell y'all while everybody is coming in, y'all might hear my voice crack a little bit today. Y'all forgive me. I'm a little under the weather, but we're going to power through. We're going to get through it. So ignore the voice. The message will be here, I promise. But how are y'all doing? How are you doing? Hi, Jarvis. My big dog everywhere I go. Literally can't live without you. Hi, Miss Sandra. Hi, TW. Hi, George. Hi, George. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Where's everybody from? Hi, Miss Precious. Miss Precious, I don't know if I saw you watching did you watch the class from last night? Look at me pulling it up so I can stalk you now. Did you watch last night's class? Because I was waiting for someone to ask a couple of questions. Good morning, Baltimore. I've never, have I been, Baltimore's in Maryland, obviously. I've never been to Maryland. Washington, okay, I actually love DC though. So I feel like I should have been to Maryland because that's in that same area, right? That's the DMV, right? Yeah. I've never been, is it? But it was just not geography class. That's okay. That's all right. But I do love Washington. I like to go places where I can sightsee. Anywhere where there's like something that I can go and look at. Hi, Isaiah. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, SR. Where's everybody else from? We're gonna Virginia. I have really realized that a lot of my family members, a lot of the Wall Street Bend Bag family is in the DMV area. And it just kind of makes me laugh. DC again. Okay, Texas, stand up. Let's go, Texas. Wait, are you from East Texas? Because I'm from East Texas, and you know how us East Texans are. There's no other Texas but East Texas. Houston, North Texas is okay. I still love you. Texas, stand up. I love it. I love it. Hi, Miss Lisa. Hi, you guys. Listen, if you're just coming in, and I'm gonna get started here in about 2 mornings. So if you're just getting in, I am a little under the weather. We're gonna power through and have an amazing class, but y'all just forgive the voice. It's cracking a little bit, but we're gonna power through. We're gonna get through it. Arkansas. So I'm at my house in Arkansas right now. So it's so funny. I was just talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, I have two families. I have my biological family, and then I have this family that I've built. And when I'm in Texas, Arkansas, my built family is like, why are you not in Georgia? We can take care of you better if you're in Georgia. But when I'm in Georgia, my biological family is like, why are you not in Texas? We could take better. And I'm just like, I'm so loved. What a blessing. Southern California. Okay. Oh, I remember you, Miss Dixon. You wanted to make sure that time frame was right. I saw that message. I said, baby, I don't know. I'm from the South. We're gonna have to look that one up. Yes, indeed. All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started because today, the only reason that I wanted to do this class today was because of the headlines. Those headlines are headlining, and right now they're doing nothing but creating fear. But that's also a journalist's job, and I understand that. Um, I've always been taught to look at the source and take it with a grain of salt wherever it is that you're getting your information from. So when I open up the news, I understand that your job is to create fear because fear is going to keep me on your cable network watching to see what you have to say, to see if I still need to be afraid, to see, and all of that. So I understand the source that I'm paying attention to. So I noticed that the last month or so, just on social media, a lot of the comments that I was seeing about the market is crashing, Warren Buffett is on cash, this is it, this is over, the world is ending. And I was like, let's talk, let's talk. And something else that has really, really hit me, and something that I've been paying a lot of attention to so that I can see where it is that I want to be in this space, in the financial literacy space, and where I feel the most comfortable being in this space, and realizing that it's talking to people about investing. It's talking to people about investing. And so just realizing that most people's introduction to the stock market is trading. So I have a fun fact for y'all that I want to start the class off, our session off today, giving you all. And that is that options trading was invented in the 80s, but it became popular to where professionals used and retail traders used options trading in the late 90s. I'm older than options trading. I was born in 91. I'm right there at the tail end of the millennials, right? I'm older than options trading. And so that is a fact that this year I really let sink in and say, Alexandria, why are you day trading so much? And even more so than that, like Alex day trades, right? But Alexandria B, why are you day trading publicly so much? Because you're not actually helping your community out. And so a lot of y'all have, or some of y'all have supported me and followed my platforms for a while. And you know that I came out on this day trading, day trading, day trading. And all of a sudden this year, your girl took a sharp turn and it was like, what are y'all doing? Stop day trading. You need to be swing trading and investing. And it was like, we can't keep up. You introduced us to this. This is what we know, right? When you know better, you do better. So not only did I pay a very large tax bill in January because I was doing nothing but short-term trading, which short-term capital gains taxes are not pretty. Okay, they're not pretty. They're not your friend. The IRS is never your friend anyway. But on top of that, I was sitting in this office all day trading, looking for 30%, 40%, 50%, putting in buying power every day to do it when that's not why I came to the stock market. So a lot of what we're doing today is that I realized that a lot of my family members, my built family, is not aware of anything outside of trading. Or I have family members who are new to the stock market and they are so confused. There's so many terms, you don't know where to get started. So that is what we are here today and what we're going to get going into. So before we get started, I am curious, is there anyone in this session right now who has no trading and no investing experience at all? You either have no trading experience, you have no investing experience, or you have none of both. Is there anyone that we're here with there? Okay, I'm getting some yes, this is new to me. I've never invested, but I do trade, and we're here to talk about that today. Okay, anybody else? All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So for those who do not know me, and actually know me, I think that there are three things that you need to know about me is that I love to give back. I love being called aunt. That is the best name that you can call me. And I love to teach. And I'm also a dog mom. And I'm going to stick beside him. And I'm going to stick beside him, okay? I'm going to say almost a decade because I'm just going to round up. I like to say 10. I did almost 10 years in the Army, and it absolutely saved my life and structured me and prepared me to be in the financial space. And I started in the stock market because of those twins that you see right there. I started investing and trading a little bit when they were about seven months, and they are now 10 months. So literally everything that I do, every reason that I am here in the market is because of them. It brings me so much joy that I can look at their mom, who is a single mom, and she has them in every sport possible. These kids are playing pickleball right now. Why am I paying for pickleball practice? I don't know, but they get to do it. And that brings me so much joy. Um, You probably could play tennis because apparently that's a little bit cheaper, but we are where we are, right? And I'm so blessed and I'm thankful that the market allows me to whatever it is that y'all want to do right now, y'all can go do that. And don't worry because you're still going to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do in the future. It will be taken care of, right? So just a little bit of things about me there. Now, before we do go ahead and really get into this presentation, let's go ahead and have some class disclaimers. The content in this presentation is intellectual property, okay? This little brain right here. So unauthorized use of this content is strictly prohibited. The information in this class is for educational purposes only. Please do your due diligence on the stock market because it does come with risks. All right, investing in the stock market does involve risk and you can lose money. And honestly, I'm supposed to say you can lose money. So period, hard stop. And then on the side note, I really want to say you will lose money. However, if you acquire the right skill set, knowledge, and patience, you're going to make more money than you lose. But I'm gonna throw that in. You will lose money. It's the name of the game, right? So let's get into it, you guys, my babes. What is the stock market? Let's think literal here. I remember when I first started just really learning this and the definitions of it, it hit me one day and I said, oh, the stock market. It's like a flea market or a grocery market. But instead of going in and buying a variety of vegetables or handcrafted, like homemade crafts or things like that, right? I'm buying a variety of different companies that somebody else slaved to do, right? They built this with their blood, sweat, and tears, and I get to come in and buy a piece of it. It's really honestly kind of a beautiful thing if you think about it. So, why do we want to invest in the stock market? Investing, whether you're doing it in real estate, on the market, land, whatever it is, right? Um, Investing is one of the most effective ways that you are going to be able to generate wealth passively while it compounds for you. So something that I am very much so getting into investing into now outside of the stock market is gold because I understand that commodities, uh, when the value of the dollar decreases, the value of a commodity like gold, nickel, copper is going to increase. So there is some jewelry that could actually be an investment piece if you know, that's another story for another day. But investing, my babes, this the only thing that I have ever found. Whether, like I said, whether it's in the market, real estate, whatever, it's the only thing that I have ever found where I am able to passively build wealth. We need to talk about some common myths when it comes to trading. So I did see, and I got a lot of DMs from y'all when I did the face wash routine talking about some common myths in the market. And I'm gonna tell y'all that it's really funny because the first reel that I had up, my social media manager actually went in and deleted it about 2 minutes after I posted it. And heavily suggested with love that I redo it because I started the reel off saying, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. This is not a rich white man's game. It's just not at all. It's nothing that we were taught in our community. And I'm going to guess at my audience, right? At what a majority of the audience is right now. I could take a guess. This is for anybody. You do not need to have a lot of money to get started. Now, the less money that you have when you get started, the longer it will take you. And that's just making 1 + 1 = 2, right? That's nothing that I'm saying to you that should discourage you. It's just kind of common sense, right? The more money that we're able to invest into something and the more time that we're able to invest into something, the larger of a return that we'll see back. But again, that is not to say that you cannot start off investing or trading with $50. Trading stocks or even in trading and investing in companies such as American Airlines. It's very affordable. I believe American Airlines right now is an $11 stock. maybe it might not be the best company to invest in right now, but if you are looking at trading it, it's very, very affordable. Um, and we'll get into that in a little bit. You do not need to be great at math. And if you know, you know. Your girl, math. I can't. You give me some words on a piece of paper and I will sit there and I will read it all day. You give me some numbers on a piece of paper and I'm checked out by line one. You do not need to be an expert mathematician. This is a game of probability. And I would say probably maybe even a little bit of geometry, looking at shapes. But you're not sitting here with a calculator pulled out unless you're just trying to add up your profit and your loss, okay? You do not need to be a mathematician. The stock market is not too risky. It comes with risks, but so does getting in a car and getting on the highway. So does getting on a plane. So does, lives. It all comes with risk. And so the stock market is no different, but it is not too risky. I would rather go and put my money into the stock market than to go to the casino or the horse track. But hey, if they hit somebody, they hit somebody, okay? It's not that risky. And you do not need to be a financial expert. Now, I do believe that financial literacy is so important. But to begin investing, you don't need to know everything out there. You don't need to know every single thing about this financial statement or the income statement and the balance sheet and all of that. That is not true. It's not true. Okay. We're going to debunk these myths. So before we're going to go ahead and get started. So some of the basics to getting started, because I just really took time these last couple of weeks and I think I've opened every single message that, my community has sent me on every single platform and just really gone in there and reading y'all's questions. So I'm like, okay, I see what questions you have. Let's get to it. So a lot of it is about what brokerage should I choose? Babes, that's almost like you asking me what bank should I choose, right? You've never asked anybody, like, what bank should I do? Should it be Chase or should it be Bank of America? You already have your opinion, right? Now, I will tell y'all that when it comes to brokerages, I do believe that the top three, in no particular order, is going to be Charles Schwab, which has now, this is an old screenshot here. So TD Ameritrade was bought out by Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and E-Trade. I believe that those are amazing to start off with. Now, if we're gonna go in order of what is going to be the most beginner friendly, I would say that it's E-Trade, but Charles Schwab and Fidelity, oh my gosh, y'all, they have high yield savings accounts. Love that. A brokerage that I can also I can also use as a bank account. That's gonna give me a higher return than the bank. Love it. All right. You are going to be able to open IRAs. You will be able to transfer over like your traditional Roth, like all of that. So I truly, highly suggest, in no particular order, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and E-Trade. E-Trade is a little bit more beginner friendly. You do have the ability to trade on these as well. But let's get into that. So there is a difference between when we bring up the apps, I'm going to say those like Robinhood and Webull. All right, let's talk about it. Robinhood and Webull, yes, you have the ability to buy shares on there, but those platforms were specifically built to trade on. Okay. And yes, you do have the ability on Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and E-Trade, right, to trade, but those platforms are more so for you to invest and to build your IRAs and all of your portfolios, right? So keep that in mind, what it's actually for. I don't have much to say about Robinhood. It is beginner friendly. I do use it now because it's so easy for me to screenshot and put on social media. And they also have this feature, the watch list feature. Loves it. It's not quite like paper, but loves it. Okay. I love Robinhood for that reason. But Robinhood is something that you come on as you're learning. and then move on as you have some experience, okay? And the only reason I'm saying that is because at the end of the day, they do charge higher fees. Yeah, you're gonna be you're being charged more to enter into sell or to enter into positions and to exit out of those positions. They get you on those little regulatory fees there. Now, I think that it is also important that you know what are your goals in the stock market, right? And you have to, and so the portfolio that you have. So let's go back to the portfolio that I have for my oldest godson. So my oldest godson is 5'3", absolutely just chocolatey handsome with the most gorgeous dimples. And he thinks that he's gonna go to the NBA or the NFL at 15 years old, 5'3". Okay. So his portfolio looks a lot different from my youngest goddaughter, who is as nerdy as I am, and she loves school, and she plans to be a veterinarian, right? Y'all's portfolios are gonna look totally different because y'all are two totally different people, and one of them got some fantasies out this world that I know you're gonna cost me a little bit more money when reality hits you, right? When it hits you once you get up there, you're gonna cost me a little bit more money. So their portfolios honestly look very different. Now, as even just very generally, those minors' portfolios look a lot different from mine because they got more time than I do, right? So um the things that I'm invested in their portfolios, it's more so about growth. Whereas for my portfolio, it's more about retiring. I have it planned out where all of my businesses, what a flex, what a blessing, but where my businesses, where my brand, when I'm 40, I'm done. The people who would be running it for me and Sky gonna be doing our thing, living on the island somewhere, traveling, living our best life. I am done when I'm 40. I have 7 more years to go, and I'm gonna rock it out. Okay. That account is gonna be prepared for me when I'm 40 so that I can sit back and do whatever it is that I want to do. I built my brand, I built my empire. I'm chilling now, right? And I think it's also important that you know the difference between the investments that you want to put into your portfolios as well. And we're going to get into those in a little bit. All right, so what are stocks? For some of my babes, all right, so a stock just represents a share in the ownership of a company. So when you own the stock, you get to own a piece of the company. One of my favorite things to do, y'all, I'm a little cocky as an investor. Because please, 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 please don't let me go to Tractor Supply, which I am invested in because I spend quite a deal of money there. And they're a great company. They do amazing year over year, month over month, quarter over quarter. Tractor Supply is an amazing, steady company. All right. When I go in Tractor Supply and I got like these big old bags of dog food in my hand and the line is long, in the back of my head, I get to thinking, why am I at the back of this line? I literally own this. Why they got me at the back of the line? I own this. Like that is literally what I think when I walk into companies that what a blessing, y'all. Like I just can't say it enough. And it's just crazy that this is something that I never even knew was possible until I was in my early 20s. Never even knew it was possible that I could walk into Walmart knowing that I own a piece of this. I am a shareholder of this company. Treat me nicely, right? I think that when I walk in the stores. So we definitely know the individual companies that we can't own, invest in. We can also invest in bonds, you guys. I love a good bond. Love a good bond. We'll dive deeper into that. In ETF and your mutual funds. Now, I highly, 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 highly suggest, not giving financial advice, but I highly suggest that as you begin your investing journey, that you start off with ETFs. Start off with an ETF, babes, and let's talk about it. So an ETF is like As you see, it's like a large basket. So just think that you have like when you go to the grocery store and you don't get the cart, but you get the little basket because you're not picking up too much stuff, right? And so you go down a couple of aisles. Maybe you put a couple fruit in there, you put a couple of fresh vegetables in there, you go and get some juice and then some cookies, whatever, right? You have that in there. So all of that stuff that you put into this little basket that you carrying around with you makes up one meal. It's gonna nourish you. It will feed you. You're gonna go to bed feeling good about yourself, right? Nice and fed. You got that variety in there. Y'all with me? Y'all sticking with me? Okay. So the ETF, it is they're all ETFs are separated into different categories. I'll say it like that. So we could have an ETF that is specifically for all of the different tech companies. So they're gonna put like a percentage, we'll say that, into this one little basket of all these different tech companies, and they wrap it up into a pretty little bow for one price, and then they sell it to you, one meal. That's where that analogy was going, right? You just got this one meal, but like a variety of it, and you don't have to do any work except invest in it. You don't have to do the research on whether or not this company is good or what the revenue of this company is or what they have going on, right? You decided that you love technology, so you went and bought the technology basket. The person who created the technology basket is doing all the research for you. So they'll tell you, hey, this tech company is no longer doing good. They'll tell you and they'll remove it out of the basket and put the next best tech company in to replace it. Okay. Start off with the ETFs because they're doing the work for you, and this can be overwhelming. I mean, I get overwhelmed budgeting my own household, trying to imagine budgeting Walmart's brand, right? It's a little bit trickier to choose a really good individual company. So I said ETFs over stocks. There's different categories of stocks. You have value stocks, dividend stocks, growth stocks. I said choose the basket over the stock. Not financial advice, right? Now, right here, I want everybody to pull out your phone or whatever device that you have, and these QR codes that you see right here, y'all go ahead and click on the QR codes because I made some videos for you guys. Okay, so y'all put a 1 in the chat whenever y'all have got those or taken a picture of it so that you can come back to it later. Y'all put a 1 in the chat when you got it. Because what we're going to talk about now is a very easy formula to begin investing. I'm going to show y'all how to spend your first $1,000 in the stock market. Isaiah, call me. Thank you. Come home. All right. All right, I'm seeing some ones in there. I'll wait for a couple more. I want to make sure that everybody will be able to get these videos because I got y'all. Hey, Shanice. Shanice, you make me proud every time that I look in District 4's group chat. Y'all make me so proud. I see you, sis. Keep going. All right, so the best way, the easiest way, in my opinion, for you to start off investing is that you need to start off with an ETF. I already said that. A broad market index fund like the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is it tracks the largest 500 companies in the market. Now the ETF, the basket that mimics the S&P 500 is known as SPY. We've all heard of, or most of us have heard of SPY, right? Sometimes I just want to tell people, why just keep it that simple. Just keep it that simple. You want to find the fanciest company, and I get it. You want to find the new NVIDIA, and you want to be invested in the new NVIDIA before everybody else knows about it. I get it. But while you over there and you worried about trying to find the newest of the newest when you aren't really sure on how to research these companies, why not just keep it as simple as invest in the basket that is tracking the largest 500 companies in the market? Now, absolutely, add a few individual stocks that you do believe in long term. So, does anybody happen to know what my favorite company in the entire world is? Do y'all know what that is? Anybody? Y'all might if you've ever followed me or you've heard me go off on one of my mini rants about this company and in this space. Does it have something to do with skincare? It does. Elf. So Apple, no. Apple is Apple. It is what it is, right? We all understand that Apple is good, but one of my, or not one of my favorite company in this entire world. And it's really funny because all I had to do was reach over and find it. Elf. I believe in this company. I know this company. It isn't something that I heard about on social media. And then I said, okay, wow, everybody's saying that they're making a lot of money off of this. Let me go invest in it. This is a company that I have been buying. I love skincare. It's always been my thing since I was a teenager, probably in elementary school, right? And I've been able to buy Elf when the products were sold in Walmart for $1 to $3. And so one day, a few years ago, I was just sitting and I'm looking and I said, is Elf a publicly traded company? So I typed it into Google. I literally said, is Elf a publicly traded company? Lo and behold, it pulled up and it said, Elf is a publicly traded company. It was over with after that. It was over with after that because I believe in them. I've used them since they were $1 to now I see that they are in Ulta, in Sephora, in Target. If you were to look at Target's balance sheet, one of in their when you look at their beauty industry, the brand that made them the most money in the personal care beauty brand products was Elf. And that's the same for Sephora. And then I look and I realize, oh my gosh, Elf is buying land. They're buying real estate. They're buying properties. Why? What do they have coming in the plan, right? Like I believe in them. So it was easy for me to sit down and do the research on them. It was easy for me to sit down and compare them to other companies in their industry because I believe in them. Now, if you ask me about ARM, which some of y'all might, Jarvis, what does ARM stand for? And I know I can hear you chuckling, but he'll tell me. But ARM, so ARM is a technology company. For all of my people who love technology, y'all probably know what ARM does. I don't know. And it's not gonna make or break me to be invested in them. There's people who are invested in Microsoft and are making a killing. They have became a multimillionaire off of being invested in Microsoft. I'm not invested in Microsoft personally. One of my godkids is, but I don't personally have Microsoft in my account. I have Elf in my account and I'm still a multimillionaire, right? So it's a little bit hard to choose an individual company, and you're also putting a lot of faith in an individual company that could go down the drain. Or you could have an egomaniac buy out the company and then get it delisted, aka Twitter, right? Now, you may want to make sure that you diversify your portfolio with what we were talking about with the other financial instruments like ETFs and bonds, all right? Just have a diversify and dividend as well. Be diversified. All right, so how do we want to invest our first $1,000? So this is simply a base example of somewhere that you could start off with, like a foundation of where you could start with, okay? Again, not financial advice. However, defensive stocks. So a defensive stock is going to be something that is going to, baby is going to defend that portfolio even when the economy is not doing so well. So a defensive stock is going to be something that is in the utility sector. So if you are kind of like, well, I don't really too much know about the sectors, just, oops, make sure y'all have this because the stock map overview, I have that for y'all. ARM Holdings, technically it stands for Advanced Risk Machines. Risk is a type of microprocessor. I don't care. Y'all see how quickly I just checked out? And I know somebody who has made a bag off of ARM. Good for you. I'm making a bag over here off this skincare, which I'm a little sweaty. Hold on. While I was sitting here, I was like, and I'm like looking, I needed a little bit of, okay, back to class, back to class. Okay. So a defensive stock, right? You want to be invested in something that's going to do well, even when the economy is not doing well. The utility sector is one of the best things that you can be invested in when the economy is not doing well. Why is that? Because, baby, we got to pay our lights. That's the only sector on the market that has recurring income every month because we got to pay our lights. We need this little thing called running water. We love that. Consumer staples. Over there is where we're going to see companies like Walmart, Costco, Johnson and Johnson, right? Things that we have to have. Is things that you want to make. So I'll go ahead and word it like that. I could roll it up in one sentence. Make sure that your portfolio is invested in something that consumers have to have. I don't have to have. The average everyday consumer does not have to have a microprocessor architecture. We do gotta have groceries. All right. Now, it's also important for you to be into growth stocks. That is very much so when I am over there with my and my god kids. So a growth stock, it's in the name. It's expected to grow, right? And they're 10 and oh my god, 15. He's about to be 15 and I can't. So they're 10 and 14 years old. I'm trying to grow. I need this account to grow with y'all, right? I want to be invested in things that are going to grow with y'all. And so that is going to be something like those technology stocks, financial stocks. And kind of leave it there. All right. So you want to go into there. Diversify, diversify, diversify. And I meant it with my chest that you see at the very first thing that I said, put 50% into an ETF. Let them do the work for you, babes. This whole thing, we're all here on the stock market. Actually, let me ask y'all. Let's take a pause because I need to drink some water. I'm sorry. But why do y'all want to be in the stock market? Let me see what y'all say. Why does everyone want to be in the stock market? I'm still here. I'm gonna turn the camera off while I go drink some water. Let me know. A fund retirement, financial security, additional stream of income, generational paradigm shift. And I know y'all heard me saying shift. I couldn't even get it out, stumbled over it. Passive income and compounded interest, financial freedom. Okay, right. We're all here to be financially free. Okay. So are you being financially free? Is the income passive? Can you retire on it? And all of these things. And I feel like the main thing that I see is passive and being free. Are you being passive and free if you're sitting down in front of a computer like this all day? Aren't you just working at somebody else's job again? Yeah. That's what my message has been this whole year. Maybe the delivery wasn't there, but that's what my message has been this whole year. You're telling me your goal is to be free. So stop asking me to teach you how to pull up the TTM squeeze on the 5 minute and go to the 15 second to make sure that you get in this trade at the exact price point. That's not your goal. Why do you want me to teach you that? I mean, I will. And even if you go to Billy Bob, that's teaching a class, right? I mean, cool. Yeah, pay him to do it. But I'm gonna be the one that's gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be real about it. knowing that, yeah, I still have services that I charge for, right? But I'm gonna be real about it. One of the biggest reasons why I really don't like doing classes that much anymore is because I understand that in this space, trading, look at all this money you can make day trading, y'all. That's you're a source of income for them. Quote me, run it back, don't care. You're a source of income for them. So they're doing their job right by keeping you interested, by saying you want a day trade, right? You need to show up in this every day so that, because now you need me every day. When all of y'all are telling me that y'all want passive income, has anybody ever consistently, so I'll say for more than 30 days, have you consistently sat down and day traded for less than 30 minutes a day and made over $1,000 a day? If the answer is no, my what I'm saying got some relevancy to it. All right. When the last time you seen Warren Buffett day trade? All right, so portfolio checklist. Again, determine your monthly investing budget. Determine your budget. You have to start there, all right? This has to become a bill. It has to become a bill for you when you're doing this. It isn't something that in the month of June you can put in $200 and then you say, okay, well, there's this vacation coming up that I want to go to. So in September, I'll put, no, no. How much can you afford to put in every month? And it can never go any lower than that. If you say every month I can put $100 into my portfolio every month on the first, nothing, not a penny lower. It can't be $99.99. $100 at a minimum goes into that portfolio on the first of every month. Okay. It has to be a bill. I'm about to get real loud, y'all. I'm about to get real loud. A pedicure, because a pedicure makes you feel better after a long work week, is not a bill that should come before your portfolio. All right. That vacation that you want to go on because you stressed out at work is not a bill that comes before your portfolio. Okay. Because the only reason you stressed and you want that pedicure and you want that vacation is because you at somebody else's job, because you put in consumer spending over investing, over building your portfolio. And so therefore you still at that job. This is first. Tithe, pay your bills, pay your portfolio. Okay. I suggest starting off with 2 ETFs and 1 stock that you believe in. Or let's even make it really, really simple here. Does anybody know of a phrase, or it's like a term that is used for, it's these group of companies, it's a group of stocks, it's like 5 to 7 stocks, and everybody is obsessed with them. And somebody sat down one day and they said, these 5 to 7 stocks are really amazing. Anybody know what those are called? What the term for those are? Magnificent Seven. Oh my God, did the market already do the work for you and tell you what the top 7 stocks on the market are? Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Netflix. Meta. I was getting there. I was gonna get there. All right. One of my favorite things that my mentor says is an apple a day keeps the poverty away. A share of apple a day keeps the poverty away. Where's Apple gonna go? Where's Microsoft gonna go? Where's Google gonna go anytime soon? Right? I know, again, I know y'all want to catch the new Nvidia. sit your butt over here and keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay. Now, if you do this for a year, um, and whenever I get into a new company or new ETF or whatever, I do this for these 12 months. And after those 12 months, you're going to see that your profit is compounding, is growing. You're going to be able to put more money in over time. No, babes, sorry. You don't get to wake up after 2 months of investing, $100, $200 every month or whatever, and then you hit it rich and you get to quit your job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, no. It took me 7 years to make 7 figures, to gross. Or no, I'm sorry, to net. Yeah, gross is overall, net is out. Yeah. So it took me 7 years to net 7 figures. That didn't stop me from keep going. Okay. The first 2 months, it didn't stop me from keep going. Because then I was never gonna get to year 7. You got to start somewhere to get somewhere, okay? You don't, and I'm saying $100, and if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't think I can put in $100 a month. One, I'm pretty sure I can help you find the money. Kind of good like that. I'm known as a loan shark, okay? And then two, okay, so put in $50. That's fine. Start with where you can. I also am a huge believer in fractional shares. Fractional shares got me to where I'm at right now. Because, baby, I was a private in the Army. And if you know, you know. A private in the Army, you're getting paid like $600 a paycheck. Literally. But I'm not talking down on them. I love the military. They paid all my bills, so an extra $600 in my pocket. All right, cool. But again, that's why your girl started investing, because 600. Anyways. Even as a sergeant, my pay grade was 1,500 every 2 weeks, which no, 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 no. So let's do a brief little introduction into technical analysis, right? So what is technical analysis? It is studying the chart, studying all of these little candlesticks so that we can get a good indication of where price is going to go next. Now, very simple way for me to wrap this up is that is that is that technical analysis is studying everything that is on the chart, and fundamental analysis is studying everything that is off the chart about that company. And so, for instance, this screenshot that I have right here is actually FedEx. So this is something that we were watching on FedEx like several weeks ago. But so when I'm studying FedEx's price chart, this is technical analysis. And these candles and the volume and all of that, studying this and analyzing it, it will help me get a good determination, predict, whatever, to be able to look at and say, okay, I believe that price is going here next, right? Fundamental analysis is looking at this company's their financial health and saying, okay, this is where this company should grow to eventually, right? Both of them can be used to help you, and they both should be using congruency actually to, let me stop trying to use 4-syllable words. They should be used together so that you can determine if this is a good company for you to trade and invest in. Now, when it comes to what I trade, maybe some of y'all have even heard me say one time when y'all are like, oh man, I think you need to go look at this. And I'm like, no, I think I need to keep looking at what I'm looking at. Because I've curated my watch list that I trade on to be based off of what I'm invested in. Why? Passive freedom. So I'm supposed to keep up with my portfolio that I'm investing in and then have a totally separate watch list that I'm trading in? Or should I just trade what I'm invested in? Amen, amen, amen. Okay. Uh, no, we won't be going into candlestick analysis today. But what would you think if you saw a really large red candle? Would you think that this is more dangerous than a really small red candle? So when do we want to use technical analysis? We kind of was just talking about that, but really technical analysis is used to time your entry and your exit out of the market. And technical analysis is used for short-term purposes. Now I know that we can use technical analysis to swing trade and things like that, and we're going to talk about that, but trading is short term, no matter how you look at it. Because the longest that you can be in a trade is from 2 to 2.5 years. The longest you can be in an investment is for forever, literally. You can leave your investment in a will. That hit somebody? Put one for yes, two for no. That hit somebody? Okay. I'm not negating trading. I run a Discord. I get on there, I talk to y'all about trading. I'm not negating it, but I am here to tell y'all that I realized in this last year and a half that I've been hustling backwards. I could have made my 7 figures a lot quicker. I was hustling backwards. However, when you know better, you do better. So very much so useful for short-term trading and all of this. We absolutely love it. And I can't wait to show y'all AJ here in a little bit. But very much so best to use in conjunction with fundamental analysis because you can look at Nike's chart, listen to me clearly, and you can be like, oh man, Nike has a gap fill to the upside. I love that. I need you to understand that's short term. Yeah, cool. Nike might be going up short term, but pull up that balance sheet. Nike is in so much debt. Hold on, y'all. A very country phrase was about to come out, and I told myself to be professional today. Let me think of another saying. Nike poor. Nike's broke. Brokey. They're broke. Okay. So at the end of the day, when again I'm working on the delivery, right? And I think y'all starting to hear me now. It's hard for me to look at Nike when y'all are like, Alexandria, we want to trade Nike. Can you analyze it for us? No, because you're about to waste your time. If anything, I want you to wait until it gets up to this point where it's about to reject and come back down. Trade that. I need you to understand that you're wasting your time because you're just looking at what's in front of you when the big picture is telling you Nike not coming back anytime soon. I'm not saying that they're not coming back, but they're not coming back anytime soon. Y'all, these kids are asking us to buy them New Balances. Where y'all think Nike finna go to the upside and for how much longer? Okay. Use technical analysis in conjunction with fundamental analysis to make sure you're not wasting your time when you get in there to trade. Let's talk a little bit about options trading here. Okay, so we do have this here. Oh, y'all, make sure y'all wash y'all's hands because the flu is going around. Okay, so options trading. We just kind of touch on it a little bit, but more so because I know that y'all know what options trading is. You're seeing it everywhere. It's being stuffed down your throats on social media. And I love it because I get to swing trade them. I get to buy it and then just hang on to it. I really don't have to do that much work at all. It takes me about an hour to sit down and analyze it, come up with my game plan, and then I just have to sit back and wait for price to get there and then I enter, right? And I just get to chill for a few months. Passive, freedom, which seems to be the two theme words that y'all gave me, right? Passive, freedom, options, long term. All right, cool, got it. All right, so this is a contractual agreement that you're entering into. Again, remember the fun fact that I told y'all, I'm older than options trading and I'm gonna be 33 in a couple of months. And my birth, well, next month. Yes, my birthday starts October 1st and it ends October 22nd. Mhm. So, or it ends October 23rd. Because, but I'm older than options trading. Okay, so this is strictly supposed to be used to protect your portfolio. Meaning, y'all stick with me here. The way that this came about, the way that the big dogs, the OGs, the GOATs were using it then and are still using it now was a hedge. Meaning that they only got into options trades if they were invested in, was Apple, I'm just gonna say Apple, we just gonna say Apple, right? If they were invested in Apple, and then all of a sudden, maybe like there was like this year that came around and the market dropped for a little bit. So then they said, hey, obviously I'm not gonna sell my shares of Apple because it's Apple. And the market goes back up every time, 100% fact. Obviously, I'm not gonna sell my shares of Apple, but I'm kind of tired of looking at my portfolio go down for 9 months. That's messing with my head. Yeah, let's get into some options. Let's get into some puts on Apple. So while the price is going down on Apple, I'm not getting rid of my investment because it's a long-term game. And where's Apple innovative butt gonna go? So instead, I'm just gonna trade puts while it's going down. So then I'm gonna take the profit from those puts. And when Apple gets to a low, I'm gonna transfer the money over there. I don't have to sit and be like, man, God dang, Apple's at a low. Social media is telling me this is a low. This is the time to buy. I don't have the funds. You were hedging. And you didn't wake up every day and day traded puts. You recognized that, oh, hey, the market is flipping. We about to get there, y'all. The market is flipping. Maybe I should get into these puts right now and then just sit back. And then I'm going to have the money when it's at the low. I mean, I see what you're saying, and I know like you're being funny, but here's the thing, like I'm gonna call it out and I'm gonna address the last comment that was the chat was in here. Someone said 9 months, I trip off 9 days, and that type of thinking is gonna keep you where you at. I look at it the way that I force myself to flip it. I'm really big on cognitive behavioral therapy, and just the way that you talk to yourself. And I'm very intentional with my wording. And so one of the ways that I had to flip it is I don't want the price to drop for 9 days. I actually want the price to drop for 9 months because if you drop for 9 months, you're more and more and more and more on sale. Do you want Apple at $100 or you want Apple to keep being at 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, and all you doing is buying it at highs? You never had a chance to come in and sell it at a low. I'm so excited for the market to drop for 9 months. What is 9 days going to do for me? It's not enough. You didn't go on a sale enough. Not for me to be able to create wealth. Please drop now. All right, so we do have different type of trading strategies here. We have day trading, swing trading, and leaps. All right, so I have it here, day trade, in and out that same day. A swing trade, I'm holding it for several days or weeks. That's my thing. Passive freedom, our keywords today. And then the leaps, these are the ones that you can hold for up to 3 years. It's more so like 2.5 when you really look at the option chain, but for up to 3 years, all of this, I need y'all to understand, all of this is short term. Even swing trading is short term. And I'm going to run it back to what I said a second ago. Even a leap, which I can hold for up to 3 years, is short term in comparison to something that I can leave in my will to my kids. And then my kids gonna be able to leave it to their kids, and their kids gonna be able to leave it to theirs. All of this is short term. So I need you to understand when you sit down and you trade in short term, and honestly, I'm about to talk to somebody. I'm about to yell at somebody here. I'm about to yell at somebody. If you sit down and you trade, which is fine, I trade. I run a Discord. But if you sit down and you trade and then you pull that money out and you go spend it being a consumer before you spent it being an investor, you're gonna stay exactly where you at. 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 And I'm so sorry to say it that bluntly. You're gonna stay exactly where you at. If you trade and you pull that money out and you go spend it somewhere else, you're gonna stay exactly where you at. Trading was invented for what? Let me make sure y'all with me. Y'all go ahead and tell me in the chat while I rest my voice for a sec. Why was trading invented? I'm gonna drink some water. 1 second, y'all. Trading was invented to make other people rich. I, I'm I I'm gonna pray for that mindset tonight. And I'm gonna pray that you'll have like a moment where you're able to flip that. Trading was invented to make other people rich. I like keeping my eyes on my own paper. So they invented trading to hedge their portfolios. I don't care about anybody else's pocket. Thank God y'all invented this so that I can come in here and hedge my portfolio. And we'll kind of move on from there because that brings me right here. This man is not going on cash because he's old. This man is going on cash because he's getting prepared. Okay. It don't got nothing to do with his age. He's not on cash because I've seen so many comments, and even people asking me questions and saying, okay, well, the news is saying that Warren Buffett is going on cash. Is it because he's old? And then people are telling me, no, no, no. He's going on cash because he's old and he just turned 94. He's almost 100. He's about to die and he wants to make sure he has the money for his family. Y'all think money is gonna do money? Y'all cash that depreciates immediately? You think that's gonna help his family out before his investment portfolio does? I need y'all to understand this man is not going cash because he's old, senile, about to die. He's doing it because he's getting ready. So let's talk about some bear market characteristics. Okay. I'm going to debunk some of the things that you all have seen in the media. So a bear market is defined as a period when stock prices fall 20%. I need y'all to stop calling a pullback a bear market and feel comfortable correcting anyone who calls a pullback a bear market. Two totally different things. A market correction, aka a pullback, and a bear market are not the same thing. And when you wrap those together, not only are you not learning, right? You're not passing on correct information, and you're also going to be confused when the bear market is in front of you. So it is 20% off or more from recent highs, often accompanied by widespread pessimism. And y'all can go through the chat right now and see it for yourself. The way that social media and the world has designed us. Because again, I'm aware of who my audience is right now, right? I put it in a name, it is what it is. You have been designed to look at anyone else's bank account as in a pessimistic way. When honestly, you should be looking at it as like, oh, they're the game right there. I'm about to go do it for me and mine. So these downturns are very natural. They have to happen. It's literally gravity. It was one of the first things y'all learned about in whatever science class that was, right? It's gravity. Whatever goes up has to come down. So there's that. If prices keep going up, no one can make money, right? There's that. When prices drop, they go on sale, which allows us to repeat the cycle and make money again. So there's that. There is nothing to actually be pessimistic, afraid, or scared about. Now, are we gonna go through a period of I don't even look at my portfolio in a bear market. I already have mental health issues. I don't need that type of negativity in my life. I'm aware that you're gonna be dropping. I'm aware that it is what it is. I'm aware that when you hit the bottom, I'm putting a bag in, and then guess what? I get to sit back and not do anything for the next 2 to 3 years. Passive freedom. Literally nothing to be scared of at all. They're gonna create fear. Why? Because that keeps you clicking on their little articles, going to their little website and doing all of that stuff. You're a business for people. I think you have to remember that, even as I'm sitting here and talking to y'all right now, because y'all know I'm gonna upsell you at the end. Come on. Even like this is a business, right? So you have to look at who you're receiving information from and realize who are you to them. Like, why are they giving you the information in this way, right? It's a little sociological sociology lesson right there. I'm here, y'all, I promise. So it is not scary. It's really not. It's nerve-wracking because it's like, tired of looking at all this red. So then, like I said, I solved that problem for myself. I don't look at it. I'm aware that you're down. Got it. This is natural. I'm also aware that 100% of the time you came back up and then kept going. So I'm gonna make that bad. So okay, bet. You keep going down. I'm gonna keep trading these puts. Eh, it is what it is. I'm not scared of it though. It's not scary. It's a fact of life. So it has always corrected, okay? Emotionally challenging, but stay calm. We don't sell. I had somebody when the market dropped a few weeks ago. They had about 30 shares of Google. And oh Jesus, 30 shares of Google. Their average investment price was 110. And at the time, Google was sitting at I'm just gonna say like 130. I'm gonna round up and I'm gonna say 130. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. I was not saying it right. Yeah, hers is 110. And at the time when it dropped, when it started dropping, Google was at 180. Before she even called me, she sold them all because she saw a headline that said that the market lost $2 trillion in a day. My baby didn't even give me a chance. She sold them after she called me, or she called me after she sold them. And it wasn't the time for me to say it. I had to wait. I had to wait. I asked her why. I said, okay, you took some profit. Your average price was 110. It's like 105, 110. And right now, Google is at 180. So you got 30 shares that are, or 30 something shares, and all of them are up about $50 from the time that she got in. So we're going to take 30 shares and multiply it by a $50 increase. And she panicked and sold. And then Google held. So now she's looking at getting back into Google, but she's going to have to buy it at a minimum of 160. Google is now at 160 something dollars. She was out. Did she take profit? Did she have a profit? Yeah, but she absolutely believes in Google. Now, here's the thing is what I have to tell her. Because sometimes I can yell and other times it's not the time to yell. So when we did talk about it, I asked her, I said, man, you sold Google. So like, walk me through it. What made you do that? She was telling me about the article. And so I said, where'd you see the article at? And she said, I was Googling it. I turned my camera on and I said, you said what? And she's like, I was Googling it. And I just looked at her like this. And I said, so you Googled about the market drop? She said, yeah. And I said, so you pulled up Google? She said, yeah. And I said, and that made you sell your shares of Google? You sold something that you pulled up the very platform, the very company that you sold is the platform that no emojis because when you don't know, you don't know. And it's scary, right? So no emojis, no laughing because it could be any of y'all. Luckily, she had me to walk her through it. Okay. But I need everybody to realize that, right? Where is Google gonna go? If you got to pull up Google to do your research about what the market is doing, That right there lets you know, don't sell it. It's not, this drop won't last forever. It's not gonna come back up overnight, but it's also not gonna last forever. Okay? So we get excited. You have to program yourself psychologically, mentally, emotionally, all of that. You have to program yourself that when the market drops, it just opened up an opportunity for you to go create some wealth at the bottom, because wealth cannot be created at the top. Now, for the fam in the Discord, and everybody's in the Discord, right? The self-paced homework tab, and this is open for everyone. I put this assignment in here, as y'all can see, at the beginning of the month. Well, I guess halfway in the month, August, whatever. It was already out. It was in the other tab though. But anyways, budgeting for a bear market. And this is open for everyone, y'all. Like step one, step two, it's open for everyone. Like I put the homework assignment for you right here. You got a whole budget form for everything that we talked about today. Is right here. It will show you. It will help you get ready. I'm not saying it's coming tomorrow. I'm not saying it's coming next week, but I am saying that mama ain't raised no fool and I'm gonna be ready. Okay. I have my cash. I have my cash ready. And I also know how much I plan to put into the next bear market that we have. I know the number that I'm gonna put in there. So every move that I'm making from now until then is to make sure that I have the goal that I have. And I'm undercutting it a little bit. I'm a shoot for the stars and reach the moon type of girly. You know, I like to overdo it. So I know what I know what I want there, and I'm ready. So I behoove you to get this homework assignment done, because I really do come in here and click on all the links and I check the analytics, and I'm like 600 people in the home, but only 30 something people have done this. Where else are y'all gonna go where they're gonna give you a homework assignment to help you out for what's coming ahead? Okay, get her done. Research your little booties off. So some free resources that I definitely like to suggest is Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, and Google Finance. I would actually say Google Finance would be the first one that I would go to. Um, so one of the easiest things to do is, if you want to look up the information about a company, is pull up Google, that little search engine you use all the time. So maybe you should be invested in it. You pull up Google and you type in Microsoft. You don't need comma, stock. And it'll take you right to the Google Finance page, and it will give you all of the information that you're looking for them, from their fundamentals to some technical information to even news that is going on with them. So I really do like Google Finance, and they have no ads. Yahoo Finance has an app that I absolutely suggest that you download the app for Yahoo Finance, because if you turn on the notifications for companies that you are interested in, if anything big happens, it'll let you know. It also gives you a price update at the end of the day. Right, you do, definitely want to do that. I believe that if you are doing research on an individual company, to start off, look at things that you spend the most money on because you want to. So case in point, y'all, it's sickening. I don't think there's a product Elf has that I'm not invested in. I even bought their bronzing drops and I'm melanated. I don't think I actually needed bronzing drops, but I'm a support girl, you know. So, but whatever you spend a lot of money on because you want to, you must think they're a good company. So start there. Start there. Or if there's something that you're really, really interested in, maybe you like enjoy fracking. I don't know. Start there. Maybe you're in the healthcare field and you love what you do. Start over there, right? Invest before you spend, then spend what you invested. Make it a habit to review everything that is in your portfolio periodically. I know the individual companies that I'm invested in, and I'm not invested in more than 6 in my personal portfolio, not including the kids, because I let my kids choose their own companies. And one of them got to go because my little girl, my goddaughter, she's invested in Five and Below. And I keep trying to tell her this is not a good company, but 10-year-olds, Gen Alpha 10-year-olds, I'm like kind of scared of them. So she got it. She got it. I just make up for it with NVIDIA shares because I'm not arguing with a 10-year-old that know how to roll her neck and all of that. But anyways, that was off subject. Um, invest, research, do all of that good stuff. Okay. And so questions. I was trying to read the questions as we were going, but I definitely want to give y'all a chance to ask any questions that y'all have in the chat. I'm here. Where we at? Drink some water. So if I turn this off just really quick, but I'm watching the chat. Yeah, first time seeing you, you're funny. Oh, thank you. I have heard that I'm a comedian, and yeah, I typically do have my camera off because usually I'm very ADD, so I'm usually like spinning in circles in my chair. Gotta let them learn like we did. Yeah, I'm definitely letting her learn. I'm gonna let her learn, and that's why I said I just make up for it over in NVIDIA, and she do too much neck rolling, tongue smacking for me. So you got it, baby. But also she can tell me why she wants to be invested in Five and Below. And for her, she spends most of her allowance at Five and Below. So I got you, sis. How can I join the Discord group you referenced in the session? I got you. Because y'all know I was going to upsell y'all. Come on. At least I'm real about it. I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. So I actually have a grandfather link. Let me show y'all the Discord. Y'all want to see an overview of the Discord while everybody else is typing in their questions? How much do you invest in every week? What? Do you have a one-on-one mentorship? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Are any of my mentees in this chat who want to drop a testimonial for me real quick? Because it's a bear market, my babes. I'm back at work. I was chilling the last 2 years because I did what I was supposed to do in the bear market. That's what I told them. So the link that I'm gonna put here in the chat for y'all right now, this is you will have the open access and there is a free trial to it as well. So the first two steps, the beginner, intermediate, and the self-paced homework, we got y'all there. I'm just obsessed with this. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't walk and chew gum. Is it the same as the IG alerts you give? No. I don't think I give any alerts necessarily on Instagram because I just go in there and just try to like be uplifting, tell y'all my thoughts more. So the link that I just put in the chat right now is actually a grandfathered link. So it is for $40 a month or $125 a quarter. So in the home, you guys, I have 5 analysts, 5 amazing analysts. And for my ladies out there, fellas, don't be offended. But for my ladies out there, I just want y'all to know that all of the analysts are men who respect this castle. Okay. Because we are in this space and we do run this space statistically. Believe it. Look it up, use that little Google app thing right there. Okay. So we have analysts, we have weekly classes, multiple classes a week. We do have other people come in, whether it is a tax specialist, a credit specialist, whatever it is. We have a tutoring service, book club, study materials, just like everything, you guys. I'm so obsessed with it. The mentorship is definitely worth it. Coach A will spend as much time as needed. Okay, thanks, sis. So a better question would have been, at your level of expertise, how many stocks do you invest in now? Asking about someone's finances. Yeah, it's a show me world, and I also know who my industry is, right? Wealth is quiet. So I don't I am personally invested in 6 individual companies. And that's a little bit too much for me. And 2 of those companies, I'm really only in them right now because they're doing what they're doing. Nothing that I'm going to be in long term, but there are 4 that will never leave, and that is NVIDIA, ELF, Vertex, Apple. NVIDIA, ELF, Vertex, Apple. Yeah. And then I have 2 more that I am in, which is Salesforce. Okay. And right now, Exxon. Um, so how much is the mentorship? I only see 125, so I broke it down for you. So that's the link right there. How much is the mentorship for my one-on-one mentorship? It is a 12-month. It's either a 6-month or a 12-month program. Should I have just said a year? Whatever. And so it will either be 1,000 or 2,500. And I know those numbers probably have you like, what? But the 6-month gets a little bit different than what the 12-month does. And I'll put that link in here as well. But that is the quarterly there. Because for my mentorship program now, there's a survey that you have to fill out, babes, because I put in a lot into my mentees. And I there's a form so that we can see if you're the best fit for me and if I'm the best fit for you. Because I'm tough, and I don't want to hear anybody tell me that I'm too tough. So, yeah. But we do have other analysts in here as well that can't find a link, re-register. Y'all funny. So yes, but did we have any questions though? Like no questions? I mean, yeah, I love to upsell y'all, drop these links in here and everything, but no questions with what we covered today. And should we do another session like this? Still keeping it like, hey, this is what you need to look at. Let me point y'all in the right direction, give y'all some videos and some resources. Yeah. Should we do more like this? Can we see more on the home? Yes. So the beginner intermediate, the first 2 steps, these are open. So the home there is free access. So when you look at that last link, you can get free access to the chat and like to the beginners course, right? Like people need to know. People need to know stuff. So we do have terminology and all of this stuff in here for you and some ebooks. You go into the candlesticks and we're breaking it down. Okay. And when it comes into the technical analysis, everything has a quiz channel that goes with it so you can test yourself. We have book club, like I said, several analysts, which we kills it. Y'all follow us on social media, futures, options, investing, Forex, investing, and all that good stuff there. Okay. Yes, another session. Okay, good. This was pretty cool for a Saturday. No cap. And it would have been lit for a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday too. Period. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for dealing with my voice today. I hope that I see a lot of y'all. I actually do see a lot of y'all coming into the home right now, so I love it. Thank you, whether you subscribed or you came into the chat. I love it because I don't know. I like teaching. I love teaching. I'm not the best trader. I'm really not. There are people who can out trade me. I am the best mentor, and I am the best analyst that no one can out analyze me. You might be able to out trade me, but no one can out analyze me or out teach me. And this is really my passion because I see a lot of y'all. Thank you. Like, get well soon. You sound terrible. I feel you. I appreciate it. But y'all, like, I love this. And knowing that I was going to be able to sit down with people who, like, just really didn't know, like, the gateway info to it. Like, it's a blessing. And tithing is about more than giving money back to the community, right? You have to give your skills back. And I'm really good at making this information understandable and holding a mirror up to your face because I've had to hold that mirror up several times to mine. So do I have pajama pants on down here? Absolutely. Is the bonnet right here and is your girl finna go lay down in bed? Absolutely. But this was a joy, a pleasure. And I had a really great time with y'all. Y'all were super interactive and asked great questions. So I love y'all to death, and I hope that y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Y'all send prayers up for your girl, because the flu is no joke. Bye, y'all.